campus of Embry-Riddle Aeronautical Institute at Shiwa Stadium for tonight's ball game between the Eagles of Embry-Riddle and your Cumberland University Phoenix. The Phoenix come in with an overall record of 13-8, and the Eagles come in with a record of 12-6. Got a conversation we had with Embry-Riddle head coach and former Cumberland All-American shortstop Randy Stegall. We're joined by Embry-Riddle head baseball coach and former Cumberland University All-American shortstop Randy Stegall.
Thanks, Coach Walters. Good to be here. Thank you.
Randy, it's always fun to come down here and get to play against you guys.
Well, yeah, it's fun. I enjoy coming up there better, but obviously we don't have to make the trip up there. It's a little bit better weather down here. It's always good to see Coach and see what type of team Cumberland has. And always, well, now it's different because, you know, we're in NCAA school, but always the one, I guess, game of the year where I guess I do get upset if we lose, but, you know, if I want somebody to win, it's going to be Cumberland. So,
yeah. Randy, I remember you said this to me many times through the years. You played for us in 1998 and then coached for us. But most fun you said you ever had in a baseball field in one season was in 1998.
Oh, yeah, no question about it. I think what was special about that team, being an offensive player, was the type of team we had offensively. And we really were a one-dimensional team. Our pitching staff was real depleted with injuries. We didn't have many arms. And I think the identity of the team was just an offensive-minded team. And we knew what we had to do every day. We had to score runs. You know, if they scored 9, we had to score 10, and that's kind of what the identity we took on. And it was just so much fun with the guys, being with a collection of guys I'd never been around before. It was a fresh start for me, coming from a bigger school and just kind of playing baseball and not have to worry about all the extra stuff going on.
Randy, being around us for 30 years now, I can kind of see where, you know, looking at our teams and looking back to the years at our teams, you know, and just that bunch had a special chemistry, and obviously very talented because there were 5 or 6 guys went on to play pro ball off that team, but good chemistry, and you guys just had a passion for the game.
Yeah, you know, it wasn't really, you know, it started off the field, but it wasn't for the reasons you guys would think, which would be going out partying and being around girls and things like that. It was really things we're talking about with Brian Foster here, just playing Monopoly. We'd go over each other's houses and just kind of play. Back then, I think it was a Sega Genesis. We'd just play video games, and there were a lot of guys there on their second and third chances, and nobody really wanted to get in trouble because, you know, Coach Hunt was a big stickler for not doing that type of stuff, and we really just kind of bought into what he was talking about, and, you know, we started winning games, and when you start winning games and he's telling you what to do, then that just becomes something that's a belief through the team. And I think that's, you know, anytime you win, you've been around, and you know this being at Cumberland, anytime you win, you're going to have special chemistry, because when you win, everybody's feeling great. When you lose, and that's when you have trouble. But we won so much, we just, you know, we got along, and we weren't always best friends off the field, but once we got on the field, we put on that uniform, it was really just playing for one ultimate goal, and that was playing to win.
And a very healthy competition amongst you guys on that ball club.
Yeah, we were just talking about that, Foster and I, is that, you know, we had, you know, I think it was like 5 or 6 guys that had 15 or more home runs, and it was a competitive thing. I think a funny story was Randy Morey in the leadoff game of the World Series. We were facing that kid from Point Park, Rob Madrich, and he hit a home run. We were tied at 18. He comes by me in the on-deck circle and goes, Randy says, that's 19. So 2 batters later, I get up and I hit a home run, and I came in the dugout and said, that's 19. So, yeah, and I've told Brian, I was like, you know, that's what we did. We competed amongst each other, but nobody was jealous of anybody else's success. And I think that's what was good about our team.
I remember you telling me too, Randy, because you started out of South Carolina and then, you know, sat out, I believe, for a year or so and then came to us. And I remember you telling me, your dad told you when he came up here, you screw this up, son, you're basically on your own.
That's what he said. He's going to give me one more semester. He told me he had a list of things he needed for me to do. And I met those goals, and I obviously wasn't ready to take care of myself at that point. I had no job, no money. He was the main guy for me as far as, you know, living and doing what I wanted to do. And finally getting to somewhere where my dad was telling me things, and then Coach Hunt was telling me the same things my dad was saying. And you know how it is, you hear from your dad, you just kind of one ear out the other. And I saw another man of integrity saying the same things my dad was saying, and that just kind of stuck with me. And I always tell our guys now, I said, you know, if you make a decision to change things and you stick with them, good things will happen. It's amazing how everything kind of fell in place for me. 3.5 GPA, you know, All-American, got drafted. And it was all, I think, just because I decided to come to Cumberland. And it was just another voice I needed to hear.
And I know, you know, I just looked over and your dad was standing there talking to Woody behind home plate. But I know Coach had a big influence on you where your baseball career is concerned. And I know you're very grateful for everything, you know, that baseball has given you. And a lot of it
goes back to Coach Hunt.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. The foundation was set by my father, and it was always there, the competitive spirit, the competitive drive, and, the work ethic on the field to do good things. For some reason, I just got led astray. Probably, like Coach Hunt says, your best friends are your worst enemies. My dad used to say that to me all the time. And Coach Hunt kind of put all that in perspective, and he tapped me down and told me what I could be if I just laid everything on the line and, sold out for the program. And I became an unselfish player, and I became a player that wanted to play for Cumberland and not for me. And at South Carolina, at that big institution, there wasn't that talk of winning national championships, going to regionals, winning conference championships. It was just kind of come out and play. And at that point, I was just thinking, well, this could be my avenue to get to pro ball. Well, that perspective really didn't work for me, so I changed that perspective and listened to Coach Hunt. And so those two guys, are the biggest influences, male influences, mentors that I've had in my life.
Randy, I remember you telling me through the years that when you were at Cumberland, if you got 4 hits, which you did often, and we lost, you were mad. But in pro ball, whole different. The business side of things. If you got 3 hits and you lost, you were happy because you knew the folks above you were, in the organization were seeing that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's completely different. It's funny because now I got guys come back to play pro ball and they tell me, "Hey, you were right. The best time you're going to have playing ball is in college." In pro ball, if you go 2 for 4 and you're on deck with 2 outs in the 9th inning, you do not want to get up again because then you might go 2 for 5. That was the mentality. I mean, it was get yours, get the game done. And I can remember being in the field, man on second and third, game winner run on second, I'm playing third base, hoping the guy got a base hit so we didn't have to play extra innings. Which that's not the way, but that's what pro ball does to you. But after a while, you start playing, when it comes to June and July and you get the dog days of summer, you start playing more for winning because otherwise you just go crazy. But that's true. I mean, that's the best time you have to play is for in college and actually playing for something.
Randy, last thing, kind of a very unique situation. I don't know if college baseball has seen this, but there's 6 coaches between the 2 dugouts, and they're all former Cumberland baseball players.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I told you, and I was telling Robert Clayton before the game, who's out with us, our pitching coach, I was like, I wonder what coach is going to be thinking in the dugout tonight when he sees 3 of his former players in the other dugout, and he can look right next to him and see the 3 of his former players helping him out. That's going to be a really cool experience. I hope I'm lucky enough to get to that point one day in my career. But Coach has done such a great job, and just an unbelievable baseball guy, and just as friendly as could be, and integrity coming out everywhere, and just one of the rare guys nowadays that plays the game the right way. So I'm glad I got mentored under him, and now we run our program very similar to the way Cumberland has done, not exactly the same way, but the no facial hair, we don't talk smack from the dugout. We play with it. We worry about ourselves, and we don't play those games. We just play the game of baseball. So that's another reason why this is like one of my favorite games of the year, because I know I'm going to be playing an opponent that's just going to be cheering for their team and not talking smack against us. So it's really cool playing Coach Hunt. It's really weird.
Last of a dying breed. Not many out there left like him.
Yeah, he is. I think what I am is I'm his age type of coach in this era. I'm just an old school type of coach, and my mentality is old school, playing that way and coaching that way. And a lot of our players take on that mentality. I think that's why we've been successful too throughout the year. So, and Coach has a good point too when he says, you want to come to do something different. We are different now. The Cumberlands and the Embry-Riddles are the different programs because we are not talking smack. We're not doing the eye black all over the place. We're not doing that stuff. We're just coming out, playing, and looking very similar and playing the game the right way. So it's a lot of fun to play, Coach.
Well, Randy, thanks for your time.
All right. Thanks, Coach.